Guess what? It's Inktober day 31, which means it's Halloween! Best day of the year! And that means it's the last day of Inktober. Hello everybody, it's Sierra, your artsy badger, and I can't believe Inktober is over. In the beginning, back on day one, it seemed so daunting, and now it feels like it went by so fast. Today's prompt was fox, and I really enjoyed this prompt. Foxes are just so cute and fun to draw and fun to stylize, and I'm really happy the way the pose turned out, having them sitting on top of all of their witchy junk. So now that we have completed Inktober, I figured I should talk a little bit about what I learned and what I got from this 31-day challenge. So looking back to pre-Inktober, when I was still trying to decide what kind of color palette I wanted, I knew I wanted to do color, and I knew that I wanted it to be a limited palette, but I was really trying to keep it super limited. I was hoping to keep it down to either like 3 or tops 5 colors, but when I was swatching all my colors, I really wanted 6 colors, and I am so glad that I allowed myself to use 6 colors, because the color that was kind of on the edge was the sort of like gray brown color that I use so much in every single one of these pieces. Maybe if I didn't have that, I would have used black more, and that could have been a good learning experience, but I'm just so happy that I had the colors that I had. I definitely wanted a blue every now and again, but I survived. I used the purple instead of blue sometimes, and that's okay. I'm really happy that I went with a limited color palette because I think that everything looks really cohesive, and it makes me kind of want to maybe pick out my favorites and make like a little booklet. I don't know if any of you would be interested in that. I don't have that great of a scanner here at home, but I could probably go to like my local scanning company and get that done. The other thing that I talked about in my first video was the fact that this notebook was recommended by lots of marker users on the internet. And it was recommended for its paper quality. Everyone said that it just took to marker so well. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, but it wasn't as magical as I was expecting, I guess. The bleed is definitely super severe, but that's okay because Copic markers bleed through pretty much any paper. The other thing was it definitely took a little bit of time to get used to the way the markers took to this paper. Because it's so smooth, once you lay down your like flat layer, which it took that really well, it didn't dry too fast, it was fairly easy to get an even coat, but then when you go to do your shadows, they don't really bleed into the marker you already laid down. It's a pretty flat, harsh lined shadow. And now that I think about it, when I look at the artists' work that recommend this notebook, that is kind of their style. They like that very flat shadow, which I like it too, especially looking at other people's work, but it's not really my style personally. I kind of like the more blended look. So for that reason, I probably won't be using this notebook again. Maybe I'll pick up one if I happen upon it at some point, but I'm not going to go out of my way to repurchase this sketchbook. As good as it was, I like the way it all turned out ultimately. And it was definitely harder to work with in the beginning, but I've gotten used to it at this point. This challenge has definitely helped me get back into the habit of drawing every day. I've gotten really used to picking up my pencil and markers and drawing every day, and I'm really happy that it doesn't feel like a chore. I know a lot of people come out of the Inktober challenges feeling that way, that they feel too committed to the challenge and not drawing for themselves or what they want to draw, but I feel like this really helped me get back into the groove of drawing. And I love having prompts to help me get my creative juices flowing. To my surprise, coming out of this month-long challenge has really just made me really excited for the next month-long challenge. I know that there's Uvember. I am not going to be participating in Uvember, but I think I'm going to make up my own sort of daily drawing challenge for December. I know there's Drawcember. I don't know if there's actually like a prompt list that you follow for that, but I think I might try to post every day in December. Don't hold me to that, but I might try it out. They'll probably just be short little videos, but yeah, I'm just feeling so motivated and wanting to create things that I can make into prints. But on that note, I'm also really excited to start sketching in my Artsy Badger sketchbook again. It feels like it's been so long. I mean, it has. It's been a whole month. I really haven't drawn in there. I maybe have drawn in there once since October started. So I'm really excited to get back into that. I guess I should talk a little bit about this drawing in particular. The girl's hair was definitely the hardest part. It was hard for me to figure out how to get those divisions to look natural, the little like white lines in the hair. They just looked too shiny. So I ended up going over it with that gray brown color, and it definitely dulls it down a bit. And so I like it in the end, but that was definitely the hardest part of this drawing. And that's it, guys. That is the end of Inktober. Thank you so much for sticking with me this entire 31-day journey. I am going to be filming a sketchbook tour, and it'll be up this Saturday. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I know if you're only following me here on YouTube, there are lots of drawings that you've missed. And I'm also excited to show you guys the sketches that I did before each day, because I did sketches, as you see in these videos, for each prompt, and I'm excited to talk about those. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Saturday.